Ever wondered why just adding more and more resources might not always make things better? Today, we will explore the law of diminishing returns in economics. We will define key terms, see how output changes, look at an example, and understand its importance. First, let's consider how businesses produce goods using inputs like workers and tools. The law of diminishing returns says that adding more of one input, while others stay fixed, eventually leads to smaller increases in output. Imagine a small farm with a fixed amount of land. Adding one farmer might greatly increase the harvest. But what happens when you keep adding more farmers? Eventually, each new farmer might add less to the total harvest than the one before. This is because the fixed amount of land becomes a bottleneck. There is only so much space and equipment to share. We use three concepts to measure production: total product, marginal product, and average product. Total product is the entire amount of goods or services produced from all inputs. Marginal product is the extra output gained by adding one more unit of an input, like one more worker. Average product is the total output divided by the number of units of the variable input, showing output per worker. As we add more workers to our fixed farm, total product will increase, but the rate of increase will slow down. The marginal product, or the output from each additional worker, will start to decrease. This decrease in marginal product is the core idea of diminishing returns. Even the average product, the total crop divided by the number of farmers, might eventually start to fall. Think of it on a graph. The total product curve would get flatter and flatter after a certain point. The marginal product curve would first rise, then fall, eventually even going below zero if too many workers are added. The average product curve typically follows a similar path, rising and then falling, but more smoothly. Let's use our farm example. With one farmer, the farm produces 10 bags of corn. Adding a second farmer might boost total output to 25 bags, meaning the second farmer added 15 bags. This is increasing returns. Now, adding a third farmer only brings total output to 35 bags. This farmer added 10 bags, which is less than the second. Here, we see diminishing marginal returns setting in because the additional output from the third farmer is smaller. A fourth farmer might increase total output to 40 bags. This farmer added only 5 bags. The fixed land and tools make it harder for each new worker to be as productive as earlier ones. Businesses must understand this law to use their resources efficiently. If you were the farmer, how would this information help you decide how many people to hire? You would stop hiring new workers once their additional output no longer justifies their cost. This helps businesses find the optimal number of workers for their fixed resources. The law of diminishing returns shows that adding more of one input to fixed inputs eventually yields smaller output gains. We saw how total, marginal, and average product help us understand this important economic principle. Knowing this law guides businesses to make smarter decisions about how many resources to use. Keep an eye out for how this principle plays a role in businesses all around you. Generate your own educational videos for free at eduvids.vercel.app.